All right, let's see if this is going out to the internet. Seems like YouTube is receiving something. Hopefully it's going to be my face. All right, camera is incredibly off-center. Guess I'll remove my fancy masking and it should be fine. It's just a lot of camera. Too much camera. All right. Welcome aboard, everyone. Let's see if we can't get this camera in order because I do not want it this big. I was preparing, but it took more time than I actually had, so not 100% ready. See, we can take this camera and we can tune it. Whoa. OBS went wild. Reset. Center to screen. Where did my camera just went off? Hey, Emil. Yeah, if you're in the chat, sound off. I'm just gonna try to recover my camera that went way off screen for some reason. There it is. If I can just rescale it without it going way away. All right, something like that. That'll do. This will not be my most fancy stream, apparently. That's fine. Hey, Jazz Turtle. That's a neat name. Okay, so what I'm going to be trying to do today is to set us up with the project Burrito. And I did do some testing beforehand and it did not work. So this might be a really exciting case of trying stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and add another window that I think you all need to see so that you can actually see my browser. That one. There we go. The Burrito docs. Now, it becomes clear when one dives into them that Burrito is perhaps not the most used or sort of polished project ever. Like, I think it's fairly new, and I think the people that use it for specific things. Because I found the the part where I get it working to be tricky. So this could be a bit of an adventure. I hope you're all in for that. And if I get unresponsive on stream, that's because I'm going to be juggling the docs and the browser. Actually, I can probably do it like this so I can see them both at the same time. There we go. Hey, Steven. Hey, GDP. Trying to pronounce things. But Steven Nunez, I can pronounce because he's on my pod. All right, I guess I should give a shout on Twitter as well that we are now live. There we go. Okay, so what is Burrito? I explain it here, but I might as well touch on what it is. Let me know if it's anything weird about sound or video, and I can adapt. I hope it's coming in clear, but not too loud. So the cool thing about Burrito is that you can take an Elixir application and an Elixir release. And a release is a fairly self-contained thing already, but you can make it more self-contained. Okay, so Steven says the sound is good, and GDP says the mic is a bit low. I can actually turn up the mic a little bit without harming anyone, I think. And let's see. Yeah, so what it allows you to do ideally is to package your mix release in a single binary, and on first run it will be extracted to another place, and you can sort of transparently treat it as a single binary, which is neat. And that was what the Bakeware project did. Hey McBull, hey Tails on Rails. Very quiet. Huh. It shouldn't be. The mix is quite high. Can't tell what YouTube does to it. Can't really say. Can't speak to that. But it should not be very quiet. Hold on, I'll double check that it's using the right microphone. It is using the right microphone. If anyone else can confirm that the audio is low, I'm happy to adjust further. But if it's a single data point, that's usually not a great idea. But I hope it works out for you, Tails on Rails. I do want you to hear what I'm saying. Now, essentially it allows you to release Elixir projects as a single static binary, or static-ish binary. And also it involves a bunch of tooling for using Zig to a bit low. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm not in the red or the yellow, so I'll tune it up. And hopefully this is better, because we're getting real high. Well, using Zig to be able to release to multiple platforms and cross-compile and all that fun stuff. And here we can see if the host is Linux. The target can be Windows x64. Linux can release Linux. Linux can sort of release to Mac OS, depends. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. Sounds fine by Steven. Listen to Steven, everyone. He has proper headphones or very, very good hearing. Hopefully that helps. I did turn it up further. So let me know if it's still too low, because then something is weird. Works on my machine. That's right, Steven. It does work on your machine, and I appreciate that. So I'm on Linux. I should be able to build for all of these. Asterisk Elixir make. So I've started a Phoenix project here, and my goal is to sort of use that Phoenix project. And I specifically did no ecto to avoid. So normally I'd use SQLite, but that is the XQLite project might be using Elixir make. I'm not sure. So I just avoided ecto altogether to not have a bunch of weird dependencies. So this should be a very, very lean Phoenix project. You need Zig, I have that. XZ, I have that. And 7-zip for Windows targets. Do I have 7-zip? Seems like it. So it says we should add Burrito to our list of dependencies. And I successfully did that in my previous attempt at this. Now you can see that this is a very, very hardcore. Yay! The sound is now approved by Tails on Rails, so now I think we're rolling. As you can see, this is a GitHub dependency, which makes me think that maybe they don't consider this quite a 1.0 yet. I didn't see any tags. So I typically look here for tags to know if there's anything I can grab that's a fixed version. So no, we're going off of master and assuming that's fine. So we add Burrito to the depths, and then we want to create a releases function in our mix EXS, and this is our mix EXS. So let's do it here. Our app is not called example CLI app. Hey, Marcel. Yeah, that's right, Lars. There's been a whole thing about my name, especially as I've been on the Changelog podcast. It's quite delightful. Lars, how hard can it be? It's a sh sound. I recognize that those do not exist in all languages. And feel free to ask questions along the way. We're trying to get a burrito rolled here. I have no idea if it's going to work because my test locally before this record, or before I started streaming, did not work out. So I'm curious to see if this is a nothing burger. It might be nothing burger instead of a burrito. All right, next steps get. So we added this, which changed the example CLI app to our own thing. Yeah, it's saying that Burrito is undefined because it hadn't downloaded Burrito yet. Next steps compile, might as well do that. There are apparently more options. To build a release for all the targets defined in your mix.exs file, run this. Let's try that. Generated Burrito app. That I don't think I got last time. Oh, no, that's just compiling the dependency, I guess. Oh yeah, it complains about get text. So we can probably get rid of that then. And then generated meal.app, blah, blah, blah. So this is the normal output from a release. And if we run this has start, blah, 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 the normal commands. And a Burrito app is supposed to have more commands than that. So I'm a little bit curious what's going on there. So now I'm in a similar situation as before. Whenever you run a mix release command, if not defined, defaults to native host platform only. Well, we did define targets. And yeah. Burrito target. So we could try this. Let's build it, see if we can build it for Windows. We couldn't try it, but release already exists, so I don't think it's gonna, but let's try. Oh. All right, before anything else, we can remove get text because it's not necessary anymore. But I don't get the sense that it's actually using Burrito. I wonder if I'm missing some part of what I should be doing. Is there something happening in my home dir? Because I don't see anything getting built. And I'm assuming that this releases function should have a key named similarly to the app. Create a releases function in your mix EXS. Configure the following for your project. I wonder if I'm missing something where that should be also referenced or invoked somewhere. Let's check this. Plugin.sig test plugin example. Yeah, okay. That probably helps. Let's see if that puts some... Ooh! Output I haven't seen before. Now we're gonna watch things compile, hopefully. Watching some compiling. The excitement of programming. Oh no! A red error. Failed to wrap your app. What did I do? Why are you so angry? Expected type zig cross target. Found const zig cross target. Oh no, no good. So now my question is, would a different version of this, of Burrito, help? Tinfoil typed struct b set type struct da da da. Looking at these, because it could be a mismatch of some sort between what version of Zig I'm using and what they're using, I imagine. But I don't know, because oh, wait, they said Zig 0.9. What did I get? .10. Maybe it's too fancy. Well, I can download another Zig. Wasn't that hard. So 0.9.1 I think should be okay. But I can go for 0.9.0 just to be sure. That's the one I would want. Still get that. And then just play around with my bash RZ, or I could add it to the path directly. I'll move my current Zig to my old Zig. And this is riveting. I hope everyone's paying attention. So we're gonna see if this Zig behaves better than the previous one we had. Oh. Move this Zig. I'll try not to make zigzag jokes. That feels like the cheap thing to do. Alright, so now we have the version of Zig that the docs actually mention. Fingers crossed. I think that got further. Looks like it. One thing I want to poke around with and try is WX with this, because that means you can ship binaries with cross-platform native UIs and stuff. I don't know how that works, how well that would work, and I also definitely don't know if I have a working WX widgets install for my current Erlangs, my local Erlangs. We all have multiple Erlangs, right? Watching compilation. All right, Tons of them were built. I can remove the SIG archive, don't need it. So if we look in the build directory, no, Burrito out. Oh, that's neat. Burrito out. Meal Linux. Crash dump. Oh, yeah, so it blows up because secret key base is missing. That's fine. That means we should be able to do... Oh, can we grab it from... Does dev have... Yeah, that one has it. Just gonna grab this one. Make sure we have a proper secret key base. And then / burrito out, meal Linux. Yeah, I did not find a static manifest, but that's okay. I don't mind. Does this mean we have something there? No. I mean, it doesn't seem to have crashed, so hopefully it's just unpacking or something right now. So this is actually where it looks for things, where it's running from. So I wonder, is it broken because of that? Feels surprising, but we can do it this way. Oh, then I guess we'll have to rebuild. And I think we can do only the Linux target because I can't run the other ones on this machine. In one way, it was a poor choice to do a Phoenix project because they have a few more moving parts, but it's also one of the fastest way to just get a project that's a full app. So we'll see. No. Hey Matthew Bolig, I don't know what a burrito doctor is. I'm sure it means something weird. Gonna be fine. All right, we'll remove that config from prod because I do not care about cache static manifest. Let's just rebuild that one. Might also be something interesting happening with regards to sort of opening ports or whatever, but I would expect that it can just run a web server. I don't see why not. Oh, come on, I did remove that. Remove the configuration from config prod DXS. I mean, I did. Very much removed it. What does Phoenix want from me here? Phoenix cache static manifest. Just turning it off. I want to turn it off. I'm wondering, did it properly rebuild? Or at least Oh, hey, Zero Cool. That's also a very, very hacker's name. I appreciate that. Hold on, let me just clean this up. So the local share. So if I just clean out Burrito, that should mean I do a clean run. This. So no, it's not complaining. It's also not serving it, but then again, what's my configs for prod? I don't think those are necessarily port 4000. So, good question, Zero Cool. We had a guest speaker from Erlang Solutions at Workday who talked a lot about Elixir and the BMVM and how it handles concurrency. I was wondering if you have a good idea for a starter project to get a feel for the language and its capabilities. To me, a good starter project is always kind of what you want to do at any given moment. I don't think... I think a good starting project is always sort of controlled by what it is you want to do. But anything dealing with concurrency, it could be a fun thing to try to sort of parse a massive CSV into a bunch of JSON objects or a bunch of maps and then turn them into JSON or something and try to do that as concurrently as possible. There's a ton of that kind of stuff that's only exercising really the core of the language. But I mean, otherwise I would say like starting up a live book and looking at some of those examples could be neat. At least that's a low friction way to get to see some of the language and toy around with it. But yeah, good starting ideas. Well, I did do that talk at ElixirConf Africa, which was about building chatbots with Elixir, and that's very hackersy cool. So if you do want to have something that's a little bit more interactive, but doesn't, for example, require you to do any web development or web framework stuff, I think chatbots are a pretty neat idea. Okay, so this might just not run on port 4000. I don't know what port it runs on by default. It doesn't seem to run on any port by default. Oh, hold on. I'm not doing the thing. Let's see. This one is new, actually. Phoenix server. Not doing the thing where we actually start the server. Ha! Sometimes it helps to have built releases many times. Ta-da! You're very welcome, Zero Cool. I hope it's helpful to you. All right, so we have our Burrito up and running. That's good. Now what do we do with it? That's always the question, isn't it? We have, let's see, I think we have about half an hour, 45 minutes to toy around with it. As you can see, the styling didn't tag along, and I think that's just due to me not doing mix assets deploy before building this. Should be able to do that. And I know there was this thing about manage maintenance, maybe. Yeah, maintenance commands. So maintenance uninstall. I'm going to try that instead of the RMRF that I had to do to get the new result. But the reason it didn't come up was probably just me not passing Phoenix server true. I could, of course, do something else instead. Actually, we can just try this, see if it figures out that there's a new version. Nah. But let's see. Maintenance and install. All right, and now we get styling. That's good and working. Let's figure out if I have a working copy of WX installed. I actually think I have a project that's WX based. No, not that. Could it be that? Probably. Because I don't remember all the WX API, and it can take a bit of time to just figure out. Don't know if that was what I was looking for, but it seems like I was playing around with it. Oh yeah, last time I did this was messy. Messy. All right. So I based it off of this gist. And then a separate thing for monitoring. All right. We can probably just lift these over. This is how I hack together a ton of experiments more than anything else. You end up building a bunch of things, and then you can just try them again in a new context with new things. So we have this module native, and we have this module native of server. And just to be chill, we can call this meal.native and meal.native.server. We don't have to put them in the proper sort of structure after all. We alias that, so we have the right thing. GDP, I believe Burrito should work with many NIFs, not all NIFs, because not all NIFs are created equal, and the C projects behind the NIFs can be a source of trouble from what I gather. I'm not intending to move the browser, but I figured I'd move my face out from under the watermark at least. Yeah, so I think it depends, but it has the capacity to work with NIFs, from what I gather. I'm not big on C and all of that, so I'm not super knowledgeable. I wouldn't know what some of the challenges are there. I know I don't want to do anything as advanced as all of this time. Yeah, I don't want any editors and stuff. Let's try to keep it simple. Hopefully I haven't broken anything. Let's see. And, oh, it might be the case that I want to also... let's see, mix.exs. Do I need to bring in WX? Yes, as an extra application. Let's see if my Erlang is compiled with WX properly. We'll find out. So I should be able to just run it like this as well. So this is the easy way of running the project. And right now I'm not starting this. Oh. This is not my favorite part of the LSP. I can probably remove it, but I keep forgetting to. So I should be able to shove this into the application one. Oh. Could not start. The module server has given us a chance to a supervisor, but does not exist. Oh, meal.native.server. Let's see. Server init. Try to start link. The start link one does a bunch of that. But it broke your undef. Text delta new. Yeah. No bothering with that. That was some stuff I was dealing with earlier. Okay, don't have it shared on my screen. I'll have to add a window capture to try to capture it, or I can switch to a full desk capture, which is always a little bit worrying. I'll try the screen capture. There's two reasons screen captures are worrying. You can share things you did not intend to share, which is always a little bit but things like notifications can get involved. But it's also that I've sometimes seen it absolutely tank the behavior of the sort of performance on the stream. There I think it crashed and got restarted by the supervisor. So I did something wrong there. When I pressed the button, it was expecting something. Let's see, WX button. Command button clicked, command button clicked. State.text is just removed, so we can do text. And I think I built this project on a stream at some point. Yeah, okay. So this is cross-platform UI with Erlang's WX module. It's quite fun. So on Linux, it uses GTK, and on macOS, it will use macOS native things, and on Windows, it should use Windows native things. And if you do that along with Burrito, and assuming it works with Burrito, because I haven't tried that, you can build native UI, kind of native UI, with Elixir and just ship a static binary. And I think that's neat. Generally, I would say this is also very good for if you want to build command line tooling in Elixir. That's a little bit awkward, especially compared to something like Go. And this puts it at a similar playing field. The experience can be quite the same. So yeah, this was neat. It could run WX, or actually I haven't done a mixed release, so let's actually verify that it will do what it was intended to. Yes, overwrite. Hide the browser there. And if you have any questions around this Burrito stuff or anything else I've been up to recently, do give a shout. It's nice to be back on stream. Like doing these slightly less pretentious, slightly less effort things and just getting a chance to chat. So let's do the uninstall again. And then this without the uninstall. Yeah, it's running WX, no problem. right. Anything else you would like to see me shove into a burrito? As you do. I think I'll otherwise also, like, I have some other things I could dig into with this. Been curious. Let's see. The Evision project. Oh, Elixir Evision. Sometimes I forget that the world does not just do Elixir. Let's make files and stuff. So this one could probably be quite a sport. If we're lucky, this Burrito will be smart enough to figure out what environment it's trying to do and pull the precompiled libraries for Evision. But we could try doing something with Evision. Let's see. I think I need a spare camera because I don't have... there's a cable. If something starts acting up, I think that's because the video for Linux craps out. But I think we might be okay. Plugging in an extra camera because I don't think I can pull images off of so I'm using my little robot camera here. Hello, robot camera. Can you track me? Thank you. Because in that case, I can use, I can experiment with using it for Evision. Evision is cool. You should experiment with Evision. Or Evision, I don't know. So I imagine Evision is on Hex at this point. I did one stream where I experimented with it, but then it was really, really new. And most of the things I poked at did not work as I intended. Some of them did. There's been a lot of work to it after that. Oh, just casually bring in an X. That's going to be... So this says Elixir make. Actually, the problem with Elixir make is just for cross-compiling to Mac, and it's not like we're going to spend time doing that here and now. It's probably fine. Now, if I remember anything about how to do Evision, that would be great. Let's look at examples. Oh, DNN, Google Net. This is exciting stuff. Photo HDR stitching. That's something I want to look at. Recon key, no, I'm going to skip. Helper. Oh no. I know I grabbed images from my camera with OpenCV earlier. Now, if I can remember how I did that, that would be great. It's probably from an example. This is a demo of me reading documentation. This is how carefully I read your docs. All right. I know I did some stuff with that. I wonder if anything of it remains. Could it be bad? I'm pretty good at guessing my own project names, I must say. because I did not remember that I had a project named Eyes, but I bet this is that one. Yeah, there we go. Some open CV video capture stuff. Let's just see that that works with this project right now. Just copy this so I have it elsewhere. Wow, I should probably turn that off. I just got attacked by my own application. I feel very upset. Let's disable the native UI for a bit. It's probably not going to be needed. All right. Here then. So cap, but what's this cap then? Open CV video capture read. Let's see if I had any more code in the Eyes project. No, what's this project? Am I in the wrong one? No, okay. Really nothing more than those commands, I think. And then I experimented with them on the command line, I think. So I wonder what OpenCV video capture takes for getting started. Evision live. Yeah, I do things like running Vim from VS Code occasionally. It's just better than spinning up a bunch of terminals, I think, in addition to what I'm already showing you all. So OpenCV list video, yeah, list cameras. So we'll have to guess a little bit at the API, but actually I bet it's ls /dev/ hold on. Oh yeah, that video. So the new camera should just be .dev/video3 because it's the last one added. And then we should be able to do capture. Cap. Yeah, I didn't call it cap. I called it cam. There then. Undefined function. So okay, so they've changed the name. That's fine. Makes sense because this is not an official sort of OpenCV thing. So cannot get from self mismatched or invalid resource. You need to do anything to open it. Probably do. So let's do capture dot evision dot video capture dot so open. Can I do this? File name, API preference, params. Don't know what API preference is. I wonder if it really requires it, or if I can just skip it. What does it want? It's like, open this. What's your preferred API? Give me a number. OpenCV video capture open. So let's check the OpenCV docs. Thankfully, this should be easier or easy enough. So we have this. Cap D show. Wait, W4L. But that's not an integer. Come on. Can we do grab? No. I do want to see. It seems weird that it would require me to provide an API preference when this one, I don't think it does require it. There is an int camera num. It's also convenient. I wonder which OpenCV version Evision is targeting though, because I'm not sure. Might be a different version, fundamentally. Compatible OpenCV versions. 4 plus. So. .5.5, that's fine. Yeah, well, okay, here we're matching correctly. Autotect 0, that's what I wanted. So cam and 0. Okay, /dev/video 3 then. Video 2. Video what? I think this is what I should be passing in. Nope. No, unfortunately, my good wholesome self from earlier did not save that part of the code. It's very helpful of me. I wonder if I did even push this. No. No matter right hand side value error. Cannot get pointer CV video capture from self. Mismatched type or invalid resource. You know, I'm passing it a string because that seems reasonable. Did I document anything? Of course not. I'll have to watch my own video to figure out what I was doing. Won't be doing that in a hurry. That's annoying. I would have liked to experiment with that part. Now, I mean, we could still arguably check if it compiles into the Burrito. Should be an Elixir make type of project. Now, we could also do something like running their samples instead. So if we, let's be a little bit wild, because we're coming up on sort of the end of our time together. So just paste this, because of course you can define as many modules as you like, and they have there's no requirements that any name is reasonable. And then in our canvas here, we can do something weird. We can alias this in here. And we should be able to do so. This is some test data for stitching apparently. And we can at least try it. And then I need to add this thing back. Oh, Kino image new is undefined and stuff. Because we did not install rec in Kino, which I guess we can do. This is straight experimentation. I think I'm gonna go into this thing and just ask it not to show this for now. Oh, did I break the mix file? Yes, I did. Why is it now not building Evision? It was building Evision fine earlier, I think. Or had I not done that at all? No, could not compile dependency Evision. Mix compile failed. Gonna read file generated vision detail. It should be in lib generated something affine. And it complained affine based estimator. I mean, it's there. Am I doing something weird? Did I broke it? Yeah. Not sure. Well, it does not compile correctly. Evision right now. It's odd. I wonder if it's at war with Burrito in some fashion. All right. I think that's enough experimentation on that front for this time. But we did get the Burrito running, and we did confirm that it works with WX, which I like. And I mean, it clearly worked with the Phoenix project overall. So I'm optimistic that I could use it for a ton of things, potentially. Especially if I want to build my own sort of CLI tools and just have a nice little binary to call for them. That's typically what I think I would use it for. Or if I'm building, for example, if you're using fly.io or anything, they ship a CLI tool that does a bunch of things and helps you do your dev and your ops. And if you're doing that kind of CLI development, I think ideally you want a single binary. Now, the single binary is a little bit of a lie because it does unpack a bunch of things in sort of a local cache. But it's, I think it's good enough for most cases. So yeah, Burrito, it works. And I need to consider whether I want to do more things with it. I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should use that to easily run one of my chatbots. But honestly, what I want to do with one of my chatbots is shove it on a Raspberry Pi Zero and see how quick it can still be. And just have a small Raspberry Pi on nerves running a chatbot. Because chatbots are very easy to set up so that they run even if they don't have access to the internet and stuff. So yeah. And if you want more of the chatbots topic, you can always check out the talk I gave at Elixir Conf Africa, in which I cover chatbots a fair bit. So thanks, Jeep. I'm glad it was interesting at the very least to watch. And thanks everyone for watching. I hope you give it a chance again sometime. It's not going to be the same thing over and over because that's not how I do things. It's going to be something probably entirely different. All right. Have a good end of the week, everyone. make Friday count and then head into the weekend. All right.